Welcome, one and all, to 88.9 FM The Cage. I'm Sir Liam.
And I'm Youngblood.
You're listening to The Voice of the People, the show that happens every Wednesday afternoon starting at noon. We rock it all the way till 2, and we just talk about the things that are important to you, the people of Snow College.
That's right. We're back for another episode, and I think today's going to be a good one.
Yeah, why do you think that?
Well, spring break's coming up, and so everyone's, a little bit happier because they know that that's coming. So I think that'll be more enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah, I think we're going to be happier on the air because we have perspective of spring break coming up. You know what? I think you're right. And it's actually something we're going to talk about a little bit today is how thankful we are for breaks from school. As much as we enjoy these fine institutions of learning, every once in a while, you gotta take a breather.
That's right. I know we just had President's Day a couple weeks ago, but it feels like forever since we've been out of school. I don't know why. Maybe because these last couple weeks have dragged on. But
have you had any midterms?
Not yet, but I have 4 essays due this week.
Okay.
Every professor decided an essay was due this week. So.
Yeah, some people do midterms about this time.
You have any midterms?
I've had one.
One, huh?
Yeah, and I did all right on it.
Oh, there you go. Okay. This is kind of random, but we have an update for our listeners.
Oh, yes. This is very, very exciting. I can't believe I forgot about this. Because this is the most exciting thing that happened ever, probably, in the history of my life. So, for those of you unaware, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the limited food choices available here in Ephraim, Utah, and you petitioned Taco Bell directly for them to open up a branch here in Ephraim. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, so you wrote them an email, and what happened?
So what happened is I wrote them an email, and this probably went on for about 3 weeks. Didn't hear anything.
Oh, man.
Well, turns out we never checked the mail because we're college students.
That's true.
But we went and checked the mail. Turns out there had been a letter sitting in there since February 15th.
Right.
And it was from the company that owns both Taco Bell and KFC.
Right. Which is why you see them in a 2-for-1 store deal.
Right.
So often it's because they're subsidiary to the same company. Anyway, what did that letter say?
So, well, on the cover of the letter, before you open on the envelope, not only was it not typed to Mr. Braxton Young, it was handwritten to my name and to my address.
Carefully handcrafted, well thought out letter, huh?
And then I open it up, and there are 2 certificates, and on the top of the first certificate, there's a Post-it note.
Uh-huh.
And again, handwritten, says, "We thank you for your comments, Mr. Young. We are passing them on to the State Department. Thank you. Sincerely," whoever wrote it to me.
Some PR person.
PR person.
There you go.
And they provided me with 2 gift certificates. One for a 3-piece meal at KFC and a large drink.
Wow.
And then one to Taco Bell for a taco, a large combo meal and a large drink.
Oh, wow. I was so excited when Youngblood got this letter.
I couldn't believe it.
It's firstly, now we know how to get free food from them if we want. Just tell them, just write them, and pretend to be a concerned citizen. But you, in this case, were actually a concerned citizen. You legitimately wanted a Taco Bell to open in Ephraim, and you got rewarded for your efforts.
That's right. Who would have thought? I thought they blew me off with not responding, but turns out I was the one that was misled the whole time.
Well, that just goes to show everybody that your voice needs to be heard. And here on The Voice of the People, we're all about that. And here we have Youngblood leading the way, making his voice heard to the corporate bigwigs over at Taco Bell and KFC, letting them know the people of Ephraim demand Taco Bell.
That's right. And I think it would even help our cause if our listeners wrote in as well to Taco Bell to persuade them that they need to put a location here. I
Oh,
don't feel like that would
absolutely.
hurt the cause at all.
Oh, absolutely. I think it would be a great idea. So, if you want to help out Youngblood's cause, feel free to head on over, I don't know, to Taco Bell's website. I'm sure you can contact them through there.
Yeah, it's just on their website. Their little email link. You can put in the comments, check whether you want them to respond or not.
Right on.
And it's all hooked up. And if you have any other thoughts on some restaurants you'd like to hear that you'd like us to campaign for, you can call us at 435-283-7007. Or you can text us. You can text KAGE to 66746. We even have a Facebook page, as you know, The Voice of the People. Like us on there and put your comments on.
Well, I like how we're a campaign platform now. We've reached such a height of public persuasion.
Look, when Taco Bell writes you back, you've made a mark somewhere.
You're a big deal. I agree.
Yeah.
Right on. What do you say we kick it to break real quick, and when we come back, we'll get more into this topic we're going to be discussing. What do you say?
Sounds good. You're listening to The Voice of the People.
Here on 88.9 FM, The Cage. That was Wake Up from Arcade Fire here on 88.9 FM The Cage. I'm Surly M.
And I'm Youngblood.
What show are we listening to?
You're listening to The Voice of the People.
The Voice of the People. That's right, the only show that talks about the things important to you, Snow College, here on 88.9 FM. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, if you want to request a song, feel free to call 435-283-7007 or text KAGE to the number 66746. We'll get some tunes rocking for you. But we have important things to talk about now.
That's right. On today's show, we will be discussing school breaks, or in this case, spring break, and vacations in general, and
right.
why we need them as students.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So,
Real quick, though,
okay.
this has nothing to do with it. I was in the bathroom earlier at our apartment.
Right.
And why is there blood all over the toilet seat, all over the wall? Kind of leaked into the shower there. Dried blood. It's going all over.
Don't worry about it. Just kidding. I noticed that a little bit too. I just kind of ignored it.
That was gross.
Yeah, maybe someone had a bloody nose, or maybe someone was murdered in the bathroom. It's an either-or situation.
I thought it was you, maybe. I don't know.
No, definitely not me.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, I just thought I'd throw that out there. We did talk about roommates last week, so I thought we'd kind of maybe dig some of that
Yeah,
back up.
sometimes they bleed everywhere, and you don't know why or where it came from.
By the way, the toilet paper situation is still getting out of hand.
Really? I thought it was mitigated a little bit. I thought someone...
Well, I went and bought toilet
you
paper,
bought some.
but now we're getting low again. Who keeps using it too much? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I use as much as I need, and that's about it.
All right. Something to keep an eye on.
Definitely. But anyway,
But to more focused topics.
some more focused topics than blood on the toilet seat. Which is the name of my new band, by the way. Okay, let's talk about... before we get into vacations, we need to talk about work, really, because you have the... like two sides of the same coin, really. You have working and not working, work and rest, what have you. And so, how do you think the student workload has evolved in your life?
In my life?
Yeah.
Over since the time of grade school, or what?
Yeah, sure. Like, has it been difficult for you? Like, what was your perception of, like, being a student and doing the work a student does?
Well, obviously, I think progressively it's gotten harder, which is, I think, how it's supposed to be.
Well, yeah, as you advance in knowledge and you're able to conquer more challenges, definitely, intellectually at least.
But I always remember, homework being a stressful thing for me, even when I was in elementary school.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was it would stress me out if I even fell behind on one assignment. And, I look back at that now and realize that the grades then didn't even, in a way they kind of matter, but not really.
Yeah, I think at that age it's more of like a diagnostic, like how well can this child deal with formal education and a classroom setting and things like that.
Yeah.
But of course, there are things absolutely vital to learn at that point, you know, like reading and writing that you need to function in society. So I guess that's important too.
I'll tell you what I missed from elementary school.
What's
Did
up?
you ever have year-round school? Well, okay, you were homeschooled.
Yeah,
no.
so yes, every day was school for me.
But what I mean is like, so there's traditional schooling and then there's year-round. And in year-round, you do the track. You do it based on track. You're like A track, B track, C track, or D track.
What does that mean?
So depending on what track you are, most of my life I was A track.
Oh, good.
You go
Good job.
for 6 weeks at a time or 8 weeks at a time, 12 weeks at a time, depending on what track you're on. And then you get like a 4-week or 3-week break.
Interesting.
So it'd be like, okay, go to school for 3 months straight, and then we get from like December till January 2nd off or something.
Huh.
December 1st to January 2nd.
And so there's no like 3 to 4 month summer break. It's just like more interval.
So yeah, so the summer break was about 6 weeks long. We didn't get out till like the end of June, so that it like started like when everyone else starts school.
Huh. I've never heard of this. This is my first time hearing about it.
Yeah. And I remember it was a big deal because based on the way the tracks fell, my 6th grade year, I switched from A track to D track.
Oh, no.
Which was a good thing because it meant based on D track gets out later in the year than everyone else, and A track gets out earlier. So I went from A track to D track, so I got a longer summer vacation. It was like 9 weeks instead of 6.
That's great. That's
So,
awesome, man.
That was a big deal. Anyway, that's something I miss about the good old days.
But they didn't do that in high school, I imagine.
No. By the time you hit middle school, that's gone. You go back to traditional school, which is, it's just like a regular school schedule with getting off holidays.
Yeah. Did most elementary schools do this track system?
Around my house, yeah. But some, it's kind of half and half, but around me it was more common.
Wow. That's interesting. So do you think you say you missed that. Did you enjoy it more than the traditional student schedule you find in high school and college?
Well, I like what we have better now, but
Really?
Yeah, much better now. I like the longer summer, having a full summer.
Yeah, that is nice. And it works out for employment, at least. A lot of students get summer jobs.
Yeah.
And so, for that reason, you have 3 or 4 months guaranteed you're not going to be in school, so you can at least get some employment for that time.
Right. What I mean by missing it, though, is, there's just these times during the semester where you just got a lot of piled up responsibility, and you're just like, let's just go off track. But thankfully, spring break is coming, so we're good.
Yeah. I have a couple things to do over spring break that'll be due right after. So,
What's the worst? When the professors
that'll be good.
assign homework over fall break or spring break or Christmas or anything like that.
That's always happened to me in my experience.
Oh, same here.
And it's not a big deal.
What?
It's like,
It is a big deal.
depending on the assignment, usually
Here's some
they just
days
give you-
off,
they
but by the
usually-
way, can you turn this in for me?
They just want you to not totally forget and disregard everything you've been learning over the semester. Just something to keep you woke, to keep you reminded.
Well, I think it's kind of nice to
It's
put
usually
away
not
all that stuff
and that intense.
for a week. Heaven forbid that we do that.
Okay, I see your point.
That's it. I was really expecting a lot more out of you there.
No, I see your point. I didn't say I agree with it. But, yeah, my experience as a student growing up was a little bit different. As you know, I was homeschooled. And, yeah, it was interesting. We consistently worked on school every day, but it was never really intense. It was never, that bad. But, it was year-round, obviously. And we would have just, like, regular vacations. And so we weren't expected, really, to do schoolwork during that time.
Okay, so walk me through how homeschooling works. You just get a break during the day
Well-
whenever you want, or what?
Well, you see, it's really individual depending on how the parent wants to do it.
Okay, does the parent have to be certified in any way, or they just...
No,
No, okay.
no, not really.
They just say, I want to teach my kids.
Yeah. And which is a bit of a gamble, but it is really, really hard. And so I think those who are dedicated to it do end up being qualified to teach their children and instruct them to be successful in their further academic pursuits. But anyway, at least in high school, this is how my day would go.
Okay.
I did a correspondence course to get a diploma. That means high school based out of Illinois would send me textbooks and materials, and I would read the material, fill out exams, and mail them back and get graded. And
Okay.
all that's required is you work through this set amount of material as fast or as slow as you want, and if you do good, you get a high school diploma.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it is.
So,
So I would
what's a typical day like? You wake up at like 10 or what?
pretty much just kind of wake up whenever I want, and depending on whatever subject I'm working on, kind of go sit at the kitchen table, and my mom would help me with algebra. And we'd just work through a book for a couple hours, and then that'd pretty much be it. In like literature or English courses, I would have, assignments, like things to write and things like that. They were never hard, ever.
Did you ever have a test you had to study for or anything like that?
There were exams, but I mean, they're all open book, obviously.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, every single one.
And do you know how many tests I've had to study for in my,
Yeah.
in my schooling
I
career?
never had to really cram for information to recall later for a test. I just realized that because it was always just like, yeah, you fill it out. Even sometimes what you do is you'd have the book open and you'd have the test next to you. So as you're reading it for the first time and you notice, hey, this is on the test, you just fill out the question.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it was a cakewalk.
So how's the adjustment from going to homeschool and this being your first year in college? It's like now you actually have deadlines and like
Right.
tests to study for. How does that
Mhm.
work?
It's different. It's very different. I don't mind it too much, actually. I think it's really exciting, and I'm glad for the experience, and I think I'm actually learning quite a bit.
Good. You seem to have handled it well.
Oh, thank you. Done well.
Okay.
But, yeah, studying for tests it's a bit of a hassle.
It's the worst. I have 2 classes back to back on the same day,
Right.
social work classes, where the tests are free response. So there's only 6 questions, but you have to study. There's 12 questions that he gives you on a study guide.
Mm-hmm.
He's only going to pick 6, but you have to study all of them because you don't know which ones are going to be on there.
Right.
And then when you go to take it, it's 6 of the 12 questions, and you have to pretty much answer it like not word for word, but pretty close to the textbook definition. So if it says like, what is social work? Like I can't just give my own opinion.
Oh, I see.
I mean, you might be able to add a little bit, but mostly it's got to be like, what did the textbook say?
Right.
And so, out of all my classes, now that we're talking about like studying, preparing for tests, like every time a test for that class comes around, I just dread it.
Really?
It's awful.
Well, that does sound pretty difficult.
Yeah. But enough about school. Let's get to the fun part.
Yeah, this is the whole point. We were talking about school. It can be a drag sometimes. Like you said, you dread these tests coming up. Studying can be a hassle. And like any full-time activity, it can get stale and dull and kind of wear down on you a little bit.
Yes.
So, luckily for us, there's some standardized, more or less, breaks that take place throughout the year, during the school year.
Thankfully.
And most notably, why we're talking about this is spring break is next week.
Right.
This will be my first, actual spring break.
Ever. Oh yeah, that's true.
So, excited to say that I have 0 plans.
Did your mom ever be like, okay, it's middle of March, we're going to take a week off for our own spring break?
No. That
but-
didn't happen. Sometimes she would just, get busy with other stuff and be like, oh, whatever. Not to say she was negligent or anything, but, teaching your kids probably gets really tiring as well.
Right.
So some days she would just be like, I don't know. No, just don't. And be like, okay, go do whatever I want.
Wow. What a life that would be.
It was awesome. Mostly because my mom was a genius. She was a really, really good teacher. Very, very patient as well.
That's awesome.
Have her to thank for that.
Yeah, if any of you out there were homeschooled, or maybe you were like me and you went to a traditional school and you have thoughts or comments on the different aspects of that, we'd love to hear from you at 435-283-7007, or you can text us. You can text KAGE to 66746. We also recommend that you like us on Facebook and make your comments.
Absolutely. I was totally going to say something, but I forgot what it was. So I guess it's not that important.
So you're not doing anything for spring break?
No.
Absolutely.
Well, a little asterisk next to that. I am planning to hang out with Brittany.
Oh, okay. Of
That's
course.
it.
I couldn't have
I mean,
gotten that
yeah.
far.
But, I mean,
Is this like a meet up halfway thing, or what?
we usually just, like, meet up halfway in Salt Lake and then either go to my house or her house and just hang out there.
Doesn't she live like all the way in Utah County?
She lives in American Fork, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. And Surly M's from the good old sticks at Tooele.
Tool.
Okay, well, for my spring break, I'm heading up to Logan to see some friends over the weekend that I previously went to snow college with.
Oh, very nice.
And then later on in the break, my family and I are going to St. George. My brother's
Exciting.
playing in a baseball tournament, so.
Oh, that's good. Did they have to, like, qualify for the tournament? Is this, like, prestigious?
No. This is like a beginning of the year tournament.
Oh,
That-
okay.
But you have to, like, pay to play in it, but anybody can essentially join.
Oh, well, that'll be a lot of fun. St. George is a cool town.
You know, and not that I know that you're not passionate about sports or anything, but some of our listeners are, and
That's true.
on this Sunday is what is known as Selection Sunday for March Madness.
Oh, boy. Is that... what is that? Is
It's
when do you,
bas-
like, make your brackets?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I
For
at least
college
know what that
basketball.
is. I like basketball. How dare you? I mean, granted, I'm not too familiar with the
The college team.
NCAA, yeah. But, I mean, March Madness is exciting.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should make our own brackets and compare them. And we could post them on the Facebook page for people to see, like, who actually had the better. You know, they could
Okay.
pick, like, Team Young or Team Elkington. You know, it could be kind of thing.
Who's Elkington? Oh, you mean
Surly
Surly
M.
M.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
Okay.
Team Surly M, Team Youngblood.
Okay, first of all, I think you have a very heavy advantage in that contest because you actually know...
No, I don't. I don't know that. I mean, I know.
So you... But you're at least, like, able to name players on teams.
I think you'd surprise yourself. It's actually the people who don't end up knowing anything that make it better.
Okay, maybe we'll have a little,
We'll put a bet on.
a bet. I have nothing to bet.
Tell you what, we'll talk about it over the break.
All right.
And,
Maybe
see what we
next
can do.
time on The Voice of the People we'll have the details of this March Madness contest.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll discuss this bet. And when we come back, hopefully we will have guest Rylee Shaffer on to discuss her opinion on breaks and vacations.
Awesome. You're listening to 88.9 FM, The Cage.
You're listening to The Voice of the People.
And we're back here on The Voice of the People. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Surly M.
And I'm Youngblood.
And we're very lucky to have a very special guest here in the studio with us. Who do we got?
We have our very famous Snow College student, Rylee Shaffer. How are you, Rylee?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Oh,
Good.
we're doing great.
Glad that you could join us on the show today.
Me too. I'm glad to be here.
Word on the street is you're one of the biggest fans of the Voice of the People. Is that true?
Secretly, yes, I am.
Secretly, you don't like to share it with other people?
I
No,
mean,
I don't want you guys to know all the time.
it's kind of embarrassing to like the show, granted. So we've been talking about spring break a little
right.
bit. And so are you excited for the break? What are your thoughts about it?
Well, I'm excited to not be on campus, but I'm doing homework all break, so it's nothing different.
Okay, so more excited for the change of scenery rather than an ease off the workload, it sounds like.
I'm more excited for less drama with my roommates and friends.
Oh boy.
Hope
Just,
they're not listening.
did you listen to last week's episode?
Yeah, did you listen to last week?
What was last week?
It was all about roommates.
No, I missed it.
Dang
Oh,
it. Too bad we didn't
man.
have
Could've-
what seems to be going on with the roommates?
All of their boyfriends are getting involved with me and trying to ask me questions about them.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're playing middleman.
Yeah, they're dragging me into it, and I'm trying to stay away.
Well, that's a good aspect of spring break as well. We didn't really mention that. Glad you brought that up. That it is good to just get away, as they say. To literally get away from wherever you are currently, if it is bothering you. Living with other people, it can be nice to get a break from them, even if you do like them.
Yeah, thank goodness. How many roommates do you have?
I only have 2.
Oh my gosh, that's nothing. What are you talking about?
One's in her room all the time, and then the other one just complains about her life.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Sounds familiar.
Okay.
No, I guarantee you it's not.
No, it happens. Okay, so what are your plans for the break?
I have to finish a quilt for my class, and then just getting head in homework and maybe shoot some stuff.
Shoot some stuff. What do you like to shoot?
Well, we've been saving cider bottles since the beginning
Oh.
of time, and my friend just cut out pictures of my ex, and so we're gonna put them on there and shoot his face.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Sounds kind of mean, but oh well.
All right. Wow. Okay. Wow, pretty vicious. Don't break up with Rylee.
I like the speechless. It's good.
Where are you from, Rylee?
I'm from Rush Valley. It's by Twilla.
Okay, by Twilla.
Yeah.
So that's what you do for fun. You shoot bottles of your ex-boyfriend.
It's a new thing, but yeah.
Okay.
As a resident of Tooele, I can attest that one of the most exciting things to do in that area is shoot things.
Not much else to do.
Yeah, that's good. So, do you think this break is needed? Like, have you been feeling overwhelmed at all, or do you feel like it's a pretty easy pace and the break is kind of extraneous?
I've needed this break since the beginning of the semester.
Yeah? Why is that?
Just the drama and overload of chemistry and homework and people and life. Just need a break.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Good. You know, earlier in the show we were talking about the difference between year-round school, traditional school, and home school. So what did you have growing up?
I just had traditional public school,
Okay.
and I would have rather had that than any of the other options.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Do you know about year-round school with the tracks, like the A, B, C, D?
I've heard about it, but
Okay.
not extensively.
Okay.
Yeah, it was news to me. Youngblood was telling me about it earlier, and I was fascinated because I'd never heard about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a recap?
Yeah, I'll recap. When I was in elementary school, they had tracks, so you went based on like certain parts of the year. So it was like you go like 6 or 8 weeks at a time, and then you get like a 3-week break. If you were like, and it like alternated based on what letter track you were, like A track, B track, B track, C track.
That sounds like it's pointless.
Well, it was pretty fun when you were in elementary school.
Yeah.
Wait, so how would they work out grades? Like, people in your grade, would you like be with the same people all the time in your track, or?
Yes, sometimes like it would all work out that you were all like on track together, and then sometimes it would like work out that there was only like 2 tracks on. It was just weird the way. I don't know how they scheduled it, but
Interesting. So, please, Rylee, tell us, what's your favorite thing to do when you're not being a student?
Don't look at me like that, Braxton. I don't know if I have a favorite thing. Like, I kind of lost myself because I was too much of a student. So I'm trying to get back into photography and writing and
Radical.
stuff like that, I guess.
So
Writing
you-
might be one.
Okay, so you think the overworking is definitely a hindrance in a student's life?
Definitely. 100%.
Awesome. I agree.
why do you think we We are blessed with all these breaks throughout the semester.
Truly blessed.
Because professors need a break more than we do.
Oh,
I
totally.
don't know. They probably begged for it.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, they have to deal with so much garbage, man. Oh, I can't even imagine.
That's my theory, at least. They beg for it, and we just appreciate it.
I've gotten a little bit of a taste of that working here at the radio station, helping out with the radio class. Students have to turn things into me, and you wouldn't believe, just in the couple weeks I've done it, all the excuses you hear about why they couldn't turn in their homework. It's pretty ridiculous.
What's the best one you've got?
There was a student I told 3 times that he had to do the assignment every week, 3 weeks in a row, and he did it wrong 3 different times. And on the 4th time, he just claimed that I had never told him anything. That one just blew my mind.
So sounds like you need a vacation. As much as any of the students do.
It was good. Well, Rylee, we're glad that you could join us on the show.
You're just lucky my class is canceled.
Indeed, we are.
You're lucky too, it sounds like.
That's right. If you have any comments on Rylee Shaffer's interview, we appreciate it if you could call us at 435-283-7007, or you can text us. You can text KAGE to 66746, or you can comment on the Facebook page, like us at The Voice of the People, and make your comments.
Right on. We'll be right back, but thank you so much for joining us again. Hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say to our listeners?
Nope, just I'm the #1 fan secretly, and good luck competing with that.
Awesome. You're listening to 88.9 FM, The Cage.
You're also listening to The Voice of the People.
This is KAGJ FM Ephraim. You're listening to 88.9 FM The Cage. I'm Rylee M.
And I'm Youngblood, and you're currently listening to The Voice of the People.
That's right. We got about an hour left in the show. We just got off an interview with our friend Rylee. How do you think that went?
I thought it went pretty good. Thought it was a perfect, I guess, like capture of what a student's life here is like here at Snow College, and all the emotions that a lot of us are probably feeling.
Yeah, sounded like she was ready to get out of town.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her.
She wanted out of here. But we thank Rylee for coming on. She's one of the biggest fans that I know. She's always commenting on our show, and we appreciate any listener involvement that we had. So anyway, if you have anything to say about the interview or about what we talked about so far, please text us or call. You can call us at 435-283-7007, or you can text KAGE to 66746.
Absolutely. Now, over the break, we were discussing working out a little bit more of a clear plan about this Selection Sunday, you said?
That's right. Okay. So for those who don't know, this Sunday is known as Selection Sunday. It's where 64 college basketball teams are selected to play in a single elimination tournament.
Right on. And this is colloquially referred to as March Madness. How long has this tournament been going on?
This tournament, wow, I don't even know. Long time. I'll look it up.
Right on. But I actually like basketball, believe it or not, dear listeners. Youngblood is pretty much the designated sports aficionado here at the Voice of the People, which is fine. But
I will back him up on this. He is a basketball fan.
But I do enjoy a good basketball game every once in a while. And so we decided that we're gonna hold a little competition. It is customary amongst basketball fans during this time of the year to make a theoretical bracket as to what they think the tournament is going to look like, who is going to win what matches.
That's right. So we will make a bracket. We will, Rylee M will email it to me. I will submit both of our brackets on our Facebook page.
This is over the course of the break.
Course of the break. So it should be up Monday morning or Monday afternoon sometime.
Right.
Okay. Maybe we need to do it later. I don't know. It should be up Monday. We'll figure it out. But games start Thursday, I believe. So that Thursday at spring break.
Mm-hmm.
So people can see our compared brackets. There can be no cheating going on, and we need to decide what the loser has to do.
It can't be anything major. Maybe like the winner gets to pick all the music for the next show or whatever.
Okay, well, tell you what. The winner gets to pick all the music for the next show, and the loser has to buy the winner dinner.
I don't know about that one. Because I mean, as fun as this sounds, I'm not that confident in my ability to make fantasy brackets. So when you're throwing dinner in there, it's like, obviously I'm going to lose.
Okay, well, let's make this interesting. I like the music thing, but I think there's got to be more to it. Let's make this interesting for our listeners. Oh, there's 68 teams, excuse me.
68 teams.
It was founded in 1939.
Oh, wow, so it has been going on for quite a while.
Yeah. Quiz, do you know who has the most NCAA titles?
Kentucky.
Ooh, no. UCLA.
Oh.
11 titles. Anyway.
How many does Kentucky have?
I don't know, it doesn't say.
Darn. Just remember they did really good one year, so that's the only name.
So I know it's really picking.
Heck yeah.
So so what you're telling me is you don't feel confident in your ability.
No, but I mean, I'm down to do it. I mean, it'll be fun.
Are you scared?
No. No.
That I'm gonna whoop your trash?
I'm not scared of anything.
All right. What if dinner's too high of a stake for you? What else you got?
Man. Can it be from anywhere?
Anywhere.
Okay, that's not so bad.
In Sanpete County.
Anywhere in Sanpete. Does loser get to choose?
Loser gets to choose.
Where?
No, whoa.
Okay.
No, winner gets to choose.
Winner gets to choose where he wants the dinner from? Man.
I can already tell you right now I'm going to want to go to El Mexicano.
That's a pretty good place.
Yeah. I'm going to bet you're going to want to go to Snow Dragon.
Snow Dragon's pretty good, too. El Mexicano is great, too. Okay. I'm okay with that.
All right. So the agreement here, listeners, is that the winner gets to pick all the music for the next show in between breaks, and also that the loser will buy the winner dinner at his chosen restaurant in Sanpete County.
That's right. I'm gonna lose, man.
Ooh.
How do you even determine the winner? Like, who gets...
So this
closest?
is how okay, that's a good point. So this is how we'll do it. There's, I believe, 6 rounds in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
So in the first round, all the games that you get right, you get 1 point in the first round. If you get games right in the second round, it's 2 points. Games right in the third round, 3 points, 4th points. You get, and so on and so forth. And if you get the champion, I believe that's an extra 7 points.
I see. So it's just whoever gets the most accurate overall.
Yes. So it's based on, yeah. So essentially you could blow it up, not do so well in the first couple rounds, but have a few teams squeak in the finals and do okay.
Oh, interesting.
So we'll see. I think we all know who's going to walk away with the title.
Yeah, including me. But, man, is this really how I'm going to spend my spring break? Is it doing research for NCAA tournament?
You know, maybe you're going to need a little more time than Monday. Maybe you're going to have to wait till Wednesday to post it if you're that unconfident.
No, I think I can do it.
Okay. All right. You just heard it right here, listeners. The bet has been made.
The bet is on. And, yeah, we'll see how this works out. If I lose, I'll just won't do it. Just won't buy you dinner.
Let's shake on it right now.
Well, the listeners can't tell if we actually shake on it or not. Unless it's like an audible handshake.
Maybe we could high five.
Okay, high five in agreement. Ready? Everybody listen.
All
There
right.
we go.
There we go.
Signed and sealed.
That's right. On the Voice of the People, the bet has been made, and we'll have that posted for you. Maybe we'll have you vote to see if you would prefer Team Youngblood or Team Surly M.
Everybody's gonna vote for the dark horse, the underdog. Everybody knows that. So I'll receive the popular vote for sure.
Well, how well did that work out for,
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton. Didn't want to go there, but I did.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You'll win the electoral college, so that'll be enough.
Just kidding.
But that was a bit of a sidetrack. Reverting back to our original topic.
Okay.
What was the best vacation you've ever taken?
Best vacation I've ever taken.
Let's do the best vacation and the most exotic vacation.
Most exotic vacation.
Like the most farthest you've traveled from home for a vacation.
Okay. Best vacation. Wow, that's really hard. I've been on several cruises.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of hard to narrow it down to one cruise that was just spectacular, but yeah, we went to the Bahamas for one of them, and that was pretty sweet. I very much enjoyed that.
Did you like port in the Bahamas and like?
Yeah, it was like a 7-day cruise. We went to the different islands.
Did you swim with dolphins?
Not there, but I have swam with dolphins in Mexico.
I didn't know Mexico had dolphins.
Turns out, Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta,
wow.
Mexico.
So, is that the most exotic you would say? It sounds like you've been. Cruises go all over. So.
The most exotic was when I went through the Panama Canal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be interesting.
That was super cool. I've done that twice now, so that was awesome. I don't know how I've been so lucky to do that, but
I've never been on a cruise.
ever.
Ever.
My favorite part is the food. You can just eat whatever you want, whenever you want.
That would be nice.
Oh.
My parents, I'm not going to say they're not ones for vacations. I mean, they do enjoy, taking vacations
I
and
don't know,
traveling.
your mom is
and-
always posting about vacations.
But see, here's the thing. They all, the only time they choose to go to exciting places is when I'm not around. Which isn't necessarily true, but like when I was gone in California, I was there for 2 years. And they went to South Carolina to visit my sister and her husband and their new child. They went to Kentucky to do the same thing. They went to Denver like twice. And it's like, I was just in California. So that was kind of frustrating. And what's more, like the 3 prior years before that, my parents, they own a timeshare with Marriott hotels.
Okay.
So like they amass a certain amount of points that you can spend for night stays in Marriotts throughout the country.
Okay.
And so they would never go anywhere, and they would amass all these points that you have to spend or they expire or something.
Of course.
And so they'd be like, hey kids, let's go to Park City in the middle of the summer and
you
just
go to
spend
Park City.
like 4 days in Park City. Park City is nice, but like in the summer, there's like
Ski or anything.
you can't. That's nothing really to do. I mean, in the winter, you get the skiers, you get the Sundance Festival. It's a really popular place in the
Right.
winter, but it's kind of odd in that sense. The off season is summer,
Right.
and so it's just kind of wander around Park City. It's like 45 minutes from my house.
So would you say Park City is your favorite vacation?
No, not my favorite vacation. The most exotic vacation I went on was South Carolina. I actually did get to go out there before I left for California. Went to Hilton Head Island, one of the best kept secrets of the South, in October in the fall. It's very nice.
Wow.
It's actually really nice. tropical paradise, you might say.
So that's your most exotic. What would be your favorite?
Oh, golly. That one was really good. Over the past summer, I went with my parents to California, actually, back to visit some of the friends I made over there. And, yeah, we kind of started in Northern California and worked our way down. Went through San Francisco, through Santa Barbara, and all that.
How many
Central
days was
Coast.
that?
That was over a week.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually going back to visit in the end of May,
Oh, that'll be exciting.
so that'll be good. But yeah, it's always fun to go back and visit the friends you make there.
And we're actually planning on going to Newport in California
Oh, is that right?
in June.
You're just turning into a traveling man over there.
Not really. It's like California's really nice, but I feel like every Utahn goes there for vacation.
Right. Well, that's because there's ocean, it's warm.
Yeah, but the Pacific Ocean isn't that great.
That's
to be
true.
honest.
Okay,
It's kind of
fair enough.
smelly and cold. It's like, yeah.
That's very true. Now, Florida. That's
You've been to Florida?
yeah, that's some nice beaches right there.
I bet. I also hear it has like horrible humidity and a horrendous crime rate.
That's not wrong. So, but it's fun. It's fun. I don't know if I would never want to live there, but I enjoy vacation.
Were you like in Tampa or something?
Nope. I went to a place called Destin. It's up in the Panhandle.
Okay.
My friend his family has a condo there, right next to the beach. So they go and do that. And then I've
Condo
also
in Florida.
condo. In
Are his
Florida.
parents loaded?
I mean, they would never. I don't know. I don't want to say. I know they listen to the show, and so I don't.
But the correct answer is yes.
I don't. I know that they do well enough. So they
Well,
do well
no.
enough that they take us to Florida. So
Well, that's very kind of them.
yeah, they're awesome. I love them a lot. I've also been to Orlando
Mm-hmm.
and
Just go to
Disney World. Yeah.
How does that compare to Disneyland? Have you been to both? Or?
Yes, I've been to both. Disney World, in my opinion, kicks Disneyland in the butt. But there's much
Well, I
more
mean,
options.
it is a world compared to just a land.
Land,
Like,
yes.
the name is implied.
There's a lot more rides at Disney World, obviously.
Yeah. Disneyland's been around forever.
Since I think I'm gonna go 1955. I think that's when it was. We gotta double check.
I have some neighbors that are really big Disneyland fans. They'd be ashamed that I don't know the date it opened.
Really?
Yeah. But been to Disneyland once with my family, and here's how it worked out. We were, us kids, me and my siblings.
1955. I was right.
Oh, wow. Woo! You're a true fan.
July 17th.
We weren't even that excited to go to Disneyland. Like I said, my neighbors, big fans of the whole Disney establishment. So they're like, oh, you gotta check it out at least once. And it's like, well, it is Disneyland. You gotta go like once.
Right. Just to say you did it.
As a white person, that's like your obligation to visit Disneyland.
But they got Disneyland all over the world. Like Disneyland Tokyo.
Yeah, true enough. But like the original, man, the OG Disneyland SoCal. So we went, and I mean, it was fine. It was just fine. My parents hated it.
They hated it.
Yeah.
What?
They're like, what's the point? This is dumb.
It's supposed to be the happiest place on earth.
It was mildly happy. I mean, it was cool.
Okay, so what did they not like about it?
It's just kind of an annoying place. Like, they play annoying music all the time.
It's cheerful.
There are
There's
people
food
everywhere. It's sweaty and hot, and everything's overpriced.
Oh, that's true.
And like none of the rides are like really exciting. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's true. How many days did you go for?
I was like 3 days
Okay,
in
all
the
right.
actual park.
Did they have California Adventure when you went?
Yes, we were able to visit California Adventure.
Did you go on Rock and Roller Coaster? That's Disney World. California Screaming.
Yeah, that's a good roller coaster.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's pretty fun. You know, I thought it was pretty good until I went to Six Flags.
Six Flags is pretty sweet.
Six Flags is where you go when you want to ride a man's roller coaster. I mean, up to that point, I had only been to like Lagoon and Disneyland. And like those are the only roller coasters I had experienced. And I was like, yeah, roller coasters are awesome. Then I went to Six Flags and they have that freaking X2 where it like inverts you and you're like spinning in a chair, like hanging over the entire park a million feet in the air. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know what you're talking about. That's a good one. I like that.
Or the one where you're like strapped into like a fighter jet and you're like facing down.
Okay.
And what got me is when you go through the loop on that one. So when you're like at the bottom of the loop, you're like facing down or like up, and it's just really disorienting and confusing. But anyway, roller coasters are sick over there at Magic Mountain.
Magic
Six
Mountain.
Flags.
In the one in California?
Yeah, that's Magic Mountain.
Is it in Anaheim?
It's around there.
Okay. That's a good one. Tell you what, let's take it a break. When we come back, we'll continue to talk vacations and breaks.
Awesome. You're listening to 88.9 FM The Cage.
You're listening to the voice of the people.
And we're back here on 88.9 FM The Cage. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're listening to the voice of the people. I'm Sir Liam.
And I'm Youngblood.
And over the break, we actually had someone text in their opinion. They said one of the best vacations is just a vacation away from life and responsibility. You know, just huddle up in your apartment, watching movies, eating junk food, playing video games, just ignoring all of your adult responsibility.
That's right. That's what my family used to call a stay vacation.
A staycation, not a stay vacation. Come on now. Staycation, yeah. And those can be nice, but I think Ephraim is the last place I would want a staycation.
Oof. Yeah, I don't. I don't want to. Yeah, I wouldn't want to stay here. I actually, there were some people talking to me about summer jobs here and asking if I was going to stay here for the summer, and I just can't see myself living here, especially with no college students. It'd be a ghost town.
Yeah. Definitely. Were they trying to convince you to stay around here for the summer?
Yeah, it was a particular employer was trying to convince me to stay on for the summer.
Oh, I see.
And I thought about it, but I don't see it. I would have a hard time with that. It would be good work experience and make decent money, but I just don't know if I could live here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't blame you. I mean, if you lived in an exciting place, like San Francisco or something,
Right, yeah.
that'd make a whole lot of sense to staycation, because they have a lot of things to see.
Right. Or even if we were just close to civilization in general, just somewhere. Like the nearest place I can think of is an hour away in Provo. But I don't want to commute all that time during the summer, so.
Brittany and I took a day trip the other day up to Orem, that area.
Yeah, how was that?
It was a lot of fun. We just like went to In-N-Out and went shopping.
Oh, what day was this?
That was a while ago, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Love me some In-N-Out.
Oh.
We need an In-N-Out here.
In-N-Out was glorious.
Maybe we should write In-N-Out.
I mean, they barely have like 4 or 5 stores in Utah total. How are we going to convince them to open one in Ephraim?
We'll just tell them it's a highly populated college campus. Even though it's not highly populated.
It's densely populated, and the junk food places around here make a killing.
They do.
Like, there's only one place to go to get cheap pizza, you know, Little Caesars. I bet they make a killing.
Speaking of which, the pizza is being put back in the fridge again. They got a new stash last night.
It was only like 1 box, though.
They eat it for breakfast, Sir Liam.
Yeah. You know what I saw the other day? Our good friend who retrieved this pizza. It was a regular cheese pizza, right?
Okay, a large.
I mean, yeah,
Whatever.
I guess.
There's just one size, but yeah, okay.
Cheese pizza, right? And what's the point of a cheese pizza, would you say?
I guess if you're a picky eater and you're not into the different variations that go on the pizza.
Yeah. The point of the cheese pizza is the cheese.
Right.
So they already put a lot of cheese on there, right? So what does our friend do? He takes a slice or two of his own cheddar cheese
Oh, no.
puts it on the pizza slice, melts it in the microwave,
No.
and then eats it.
Are you kidding me?
I witnessed it.
Like the cheese you put like on a sandwich?
Yeah, just like sliced cheese.
Did it melt?
It melted. Seemed like it melted pretty good. I didn't witness the microwaving itself. I just saw the aftermath of. I
Oh
put
my
two and
gosh.
two together when I saw the melted
Was
cheese.
there not
on a
enough
piece of
cheese
pizza.
on there already?
I guess not for his tastes.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just a little strange. I mean, maybe it tasted great. I can't imagine that it did, but still, that much cheese on a single piece of pizza, even regularly, is too much.
Was it cheddar? Cheddar cheese?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just feel like the combo there wouldn't be great. It's too different.
I don't know. I've never tried it, so can't really say.
Wow. Okay. That's not the weirdest thing I've seen him do. So.
We still need to solve the mystery of the bloody bathroom. We need to get Scooby and the gang over here to tell us what happened.
I'm gonna say that he got a cut and he didn't realize it. Cut on his hand, and he just was bleeding all over the place.
Maybe it was a shaving cut, like a really, really bad one.
That was a really bad shaving cut. Then it's on the wall.
I don't know, man. We'll have to investigate further. Call in Nancy Drew or something.
I kind of like the Scooby-Doo thing better, but
Yeah, like Scoob and the gang.
yeah, we'll go with that.
Which Scooby-Doo character are you?
Am I?
Yeah. I think you're a Freddy.
I'm Freddy, the leader,
Yeah. You kind of look like him, too.
trying to get with Daphne the whole time.
Yeah.
I think you're Velma.
I can see that. I am lazy like Shaggy, but not to the stoner extent that
Right.
he is. And I'm just kind of there, socially awkward.
I feel like you're kind of like that logical side though that Velma brings. You know?
Yeah, she is. She balances out the wild antics of the team.
You're always wearing orange, so
No, I'm not.
well, our listeners think you are.
They can think whatever they please. Oh boy. So spring break, right?
Spring break, vacations. That's what we've been talking about here on the Voice of the People today. Again, if you have any more comments, we love your listener involvement. We've already had a couple. Please call us or text us. You can call us at 435-283-7007.
Yes,
Or you can text us. You can text KAGE to 66746.
Oh yes, please. We love hearing from you. This is the voice of the people, after all. You can also check out our Facebook page and suggest topics for future episodes there. We
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
also we've been getting pretty regular at uploading the audio of these episodes to YouTube, so you can head over there and find the link to that as well.
Yes.
If you want to revisit your favorite voice of the people moments on your own time.
That's right. We have the date and the description listed so you know which episode to pick out.
Right on. Oh God, what? Okay. Going back to our listener comment a little bit earlier, he said one of his favorite vacations is just kind of piling out, if you will, just being lazy. Probably only you recognize that term.
Yep.
But, so like, what do you think of that? Do you agree? Do you think there's some value to those sorts of activities?
I do. I think that everybody every now and then needs to kind of just relax, kick back on the couch, have some junk food. You know, I don't think it needs to be a regular occurrence like
Well, no, that's
some people I know, but
unhealthy.
I think it's good for you because, especially being in school, working. I know for myself, like having a couple jobs, trying to take a full load of school, all my other various activities, it can get overwhelming. So it's nice to have a couple days where you just don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually precisely what I plan on doing with my spring break when I'm, not making my fantasy bracket.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna maybe catch up on some TV shows I've been meaning to watch. Hang out with Brittany. We can watch some shows together. It'll be a good time.
That's good. That's good. I really wish that if the bracket had already come out, we could just talk about it. Discuss
No,
the
we have to
different
wait.
teams.
We haven't even. I don't even know about any like the teams. I know Kentucky's pretty good, and obviously UCLA because they hold the most titles. And that's like I know Baylor is good. That's like all the teams I can name off the top of my head.
I'm a North Carolina fan myself. They, I'm not for certain, but I'm pretty sure they won the ACC this year. So,
What's that?
that's the Athletic Coastal Conference. It's the division they play in. It's based on, there's different regions based on where you live
Okay, yeah.
or where your school is located.
I remember. Was it last year or 2 years ago? No, it would have been 1 year ago. No. Oh, God. The time warp is real. A while ago, in one of these tournaments, Utah made it pretty far.
They did. Last year they did pretty decent actually.
Okay, that's probably the one I'm thinking of
They
Maybe it was the year before that.
it must have been it was the year before that because
Okay,
yeah, because last year I believe they made it to the round of 32. And then I think the year before that they made it to the Sweet 16. So
Yes, that sounds accurate.
yeah. So, but I'm not completely positive.
Well, go Utes, so they say.
That's right.
Let's cheer for our local boys as they gear up for the tournament.
You know, BYU. I don't know. You should look up if BYU, if any of the local teams are getting in. That might help us.
Who cares about BYU?
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Speaking of which, we got a vocal point coming tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. You should just tell our roommate vocal points coming more often, then the house gets clean.
We don't even know if that is actually happening. But anyway,
Well, he thinks it's happening.
we have a roommate who's a big fan of vocal point, which is great. I don't like a cappella music like at all, so I don't really see the appeal. But I know a lot of people enjoy vocal point for what they do. And apparently the performance is good. Still not very tempted to check it out though.
They are coming to Snow College.
That's right, convocations, and also a concert. Is that a concert free to students?
I don't know about the concert, but I know the convocations which is March 9th. Wait a minute, that's tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, so tomorrow Vocal Point is coming, and I don't know if the concert is free or not. I would imagine if it costs anything, it wouldn't cost more than $5.
Yeah. And convocation class is like 12:30.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. And I bet they have a ton of students that just like cherry pick and be like, that person sounds boring. Ooh, vocal point's coming. And they just show up to whatever one they want.
Yeah, when I went to the Elizabeth Smart one, I was they filled up like 2 theaters.
Really?
But
Yeah,
I know
so-
they don't get that regular of an attendance usually.
Yeah, you don't even have to be enrolled to the class. It's not like they're going to ask.
No.
But they do have
Just walk in.
some cool guests every once in a while that you can go check out.
That's right. That is right. So if you want to go see Vocal Point, they're going to be here tomorrow, 12:30 convocations, and I believe later on they will be doing a concert. Do you know how many guys are in Vocal Point? I saw there was like,
There's like 8 or 9.
yeah, there was a lot more than I thought.
Oh, a full-blown a cappella group. See, my problem with a cappella music is that it's like the pinnacle of white people music.
Okay.
Like,
How so?
all the a cappella that I've heard is like, it sounds nice in a gimmicky sense. It's like, it's more like a gimmick than like a real, genre to me.
Right.
It's like, ooh, we're singing all the songs with just our voices. Isn't that crazy? And the first time you hear it, it's like, oh yeah, that is cool. But once you get over that, it's like, there's nothing there. There's no like soul. It's kind of empty sounding because there's only so much you can do with just human voices.
Well, they make the sound of instruments with their mouth. I think that's pretty
Oh.
cool.
Yeah, you're right. It is pretty fascinating the first time you hear it. Then after that, it's like, okay, whatever.
You know, you used to listen to that in California all the time.
I didn't say I enjoyed it though.
You liked it. You would sing with it. I saw you.
I don't know if that's true or not. I cannot recall.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we're wrapping up the show now. Sir Liam, what did you learn?
What did I learn? I learned that this track system is crazy. That you were talking about in
year-round
elementary school.
Yes.
Yeah. I also learned that sometimes you don't really need a break necessarily. You just need an opportunity to not. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's like we're always doing things, and sometimes you just want to not do things, and that can be just as rejuvenating as a vacation.
That's true. Good call, Sir Liam.
Thank you. What'd you learn, Youngblood?
On the show today, I learned that I'm going to whoop your trash in March Madness. And,
That's not learning anything. That's a premonition. It's a prediction.
I learned that you're not very confident in yourself.
Well, yeah, I've never been that confident myself, especially when it comes to sportsy matters.
Well, it's like you're pretty good at games like strategy. I feel like this is up your alley.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't feel like you have to know too much. I mean, I don't even know. I like basketball, but I don't even know that much.
Well, I'm sure the people will let us know who they want to win once we get those brackets up on our Facebook page.
That's right. We would love for you to vote on The Voice of the People. Like us at The Voice of the People, and we will have that up sometime next week. We will not have a show next Wednesday due to spring break.
Yes, that is correct.
But we will be back the following week.
Should we do like a special like Skype call? Do, like, record that
And
like,
put that
special episode.
Ooh, that could be interesting. We could.
I would have no idea how we would do that.
I don't know how we would either, but we could figure it out. It's possible. I'm not going to guarantee it to our listeners, but
It'd be fun.
It could be fun. We could reveal our brackets. Maybe that's how we could do it, and then post them.
We'll see. Oh, this is getting way more complicated than we originally intended, but that's all right. We do it for you because we enjoy doing this show so much. We're really thankful for the opportunity, and for 88.9 FM, The Cage, for having us on every week.
That's right.
Be sure to listen to the radio station throughout the week if you like what you hear. We have all sorts of specialty programs hosted by student DJs just like us, and they're all really entertaining and really good. And you can always check out music at any hour of the day right here on 88.9 FM.
In fact, don't you have your show tonight?
I do. Musical Meanderings with your host, Sir Liam. I just take you through a couple of my favorite tunes of that week, revisit some older songs, and just take requests, and we play a lot of music, and I talk about it a little bit. It's a music-based show, so if you're into that, feel free to check that out. It'll be tonight, starting at 8 p.m.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. That one time I texted in and you played a country song on it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Hey, man. All about those listeners.
That's right. Appreciated that.
Right on. As always, if you have any requests, you can call 435-283-7007 or text KAGE to 66746 and just let the DJ know what you want to hear, and he'll get it rocking for you.
That's right. Well, we've discussed vacations, breaks, March Madness, bets, dinner. That's
All of the above.
all of the above, and we're to kick it to the next DJ.
Right on. Thank you so much for listening. We will not be back next week, but keep an eye on that Facebook page for some serious updates.
The duel between Youngblood and Sir
A
Liam.
duel of the fates. You're listening to The Voice of the People. I'm Sir Liam.
And I'm Youngblood.
And this is 88.9 FM The Cage. You stay classy, Ephraim.